You guys are all doing well. Well, here we are again with another segment for Family Matters, and today's topic is self esteem for teens and youth. So, as many of you know, during the month of May, it's also known as Self Esteem Month for teens. However, we're going to apply it also for children and even for us as parents. And so, why is self esteem important? Well, self esteem is actually one of the building blocks of our foundation in regards to our overall well being. And it's a very, very critical point in how we handle things and how we are able to perceive things around us. So, one of the important things about self esteem is actually that depending on how we feel about ourselves, it's how we internalize a lot of the emotions or even messages we receive from those around us. So, for example, for somebody that has low self esteem, is more likely to feel like their ability to obtain goals is rather low by comparison to someone that has a lot of self confidence and self esteem, who may see themselves as having a good ability to either obtain a goal or to take the steps to reach that goal. And so the way we really wanted to apply it was regarding strategies on building confidence within our children. So some of the tips that we found was teaching your child to balance self-acceptance and self-improvement. So it's teaching a child and our teen to accept themselves as they are and recognizing the areas that they may need assistance in. So again, we're not perfect, but recognizing that we are not perfect, accepting ourselves as is, but acknowledging that we can always improve our areas of weaknesses. So, for example, if I'm really bad at math, maybe with extensive tutoring, I can actually obtain the ability to get a good grade in my math class. Or, for example, if I really wanted to be in soccer, but I don't really know how to dribble a ball, well, if I were to practice how to dribble and I obtain that new skill, I'd be able to reach that goal. So, really accepting that they are not necessarily perfect, but that they can definitely work on areas of that they may not have strength in. The other one is praising your teens or your child's effort instead of the outcome. So, for example, if we see our child really focusing on trying to get that really good grade in English class or in math class, and maybe they didn't quite get that grade that they wanted to, but they still got fairly close. It's praising them and saying, you see, your hard work is getting you closer to your goal, rather than putting just the focus on, well, you didn't really meet it, so your efforts kind of go they were not they were kind of pointless. So we definitely don't want to diminish their efforts, and we want to praise them for doing so. Teaching assertiveness, communicating with their kids on helping them communicate what they need, being more aware of themselves and kind of allowing that check in and assessing themselves. What are the areas that they need assistance in, and feeling confident in order to say, this is what I need from you or from the adults in my life or even my peers. Um, Also, during this time of quarantine, is encouraging your teen to explore new opportunities. So, again, we're not saying, you're going to go out there and you're going to probably run a marathon or anything like that right now, but really exploring new opportunities on what are some of the goals that they would like to achieve and they would like to accomplish by the time maybe they go back to school. So, all things hoping that if they do return in the fall, what is something that they would have liked to obtain during this time? So, maybe they wanted to learn how to play an instrument or how to, learn a new card game or some type of skill that they have been wanting to focus on but didn't feel like they had the time, encouraging them to try those new opportunities. And most importantly, modeling confidence. And so we are the biggest teachers in our children's lives. And as parents, as caregivers, you are the immediate individuals that children look up to, despite us thinking that they're constantly looking to social media. First and foremost, the biggest teachers and most important teachers are going to be you at home. Um, and with mentioning with social media, it can be very easy that right now, because kids are spending so much time at home, they're getting very bombarded by different outlets throughout their social media, and that bombardment of information may not always be the best, and definitely can create a sense of self-awareness or lowering their own self-esteem and thinking, well, I don't look like that person does, or I'm not doing what that person's doing. So it is an important conversation to have, because you definitely don't want your child to return back to the sense of normalcy in their schools and having that low self-esteem and self-doubt, because it's sort of setting themselves up for failure in that sense. So I hope that this has kind of given some tips to open up and having that conversation with your child and helping them develop positive self-talk with themselves, and seeing things a little bit more in areas of improvement, rather than seeing ourselves as a failure, or them feeling that they can't accomplish what they set themselves out for. So it's important to be yourself, because an original is worth more than a copy. So it's a pretty good mantra to live by. So I hope this kind of has helped. And just as a reminder, we are still continuing to give out the parent packets. So I invite you to please stop by our clubs, pick up your parent packet, and participate in our meal program. And as always, we're always available. If you have any questions or doubts, please feel free to call us. We'll try to assist you in any way we can. Thank you guys so much, and for continuously watching our videos. Bye.